Hello everybody. So, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than usual. You guys mostly know me either for my online object shows or my plushie object show. One of the two, usually. But usually I don't do much than that. But today I'm going to be doing something completely different. This isn't a gaming, reaction, plush object show, or online object show. Not even an announcement. Something else completely. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I recently mentioned how, number one, I was going to buy some feminine-related clothes. Femboy clothes. I thank you guys for supporting me, even though I realistically did get only one comment, so I might have just told every other person, including some of my friends who genuinely were like, it's disgusting to do that. They might have just been like, why even bother? Which I thank you if you're one of those people who is like, I don't like this, but you know what, why even bother? It's gonna appear on my feed more anyways. I mean, it would appear in your feed anyways if you, about femboy stuff, if you watched it. Anyways, I got the femboy stuff a couple of days ago. So today I'm going to be rating each thing. So yeah, we're going to start off with the worst rated thing and work our way up until we get to the most rated thing. So I got thigh-high stockings. Well, that's what I like to call them, but they're technically called stockings. A cute face mask, like a little cool, :3 type face mask. Some cat paws, cat ears, cat tail, and a little cat bow. We'll go ahead and start off with the least rated thing, the cat bow. This is what it looks like. As you can clearly tell, this has been cut off multiple times. That's because, look, this is what it looks like. I'm not gonna actually, but this is what it looks like on me. Now you might be saying, it doesn't look that bad, like if you don't care about the fact that this is femboy clothes. It doesn't look that bad. The only problem is this. I have to tie this super tightly or else this will fall off. But if I tie it too tightly, so you can clearly see those knots will stay. And I won't be able to get them off, so I can't get it off my neck. This would be rated higher than my next lowest ranking item if it weren't for that factor. Though it might not have been at the same time. I don't know. But yeah, these get last place with like 8.1 out of 10. I probably won't replace it though. Maybe I'll have it as a decorative item throughout my life. I might keep this just purely as a decorative item. Not for me, but like, yeah. Now this next thing is probably the only thing I'll probably replace until, let's say, maybe I get a full body fursuit, because the next few things are going to be cat related. This next thing though are the thigh highs. Let me go ahead and see if I can find the correct one. So I want to show, there it is. Okay, I'm going to start off with this one. This is why they're rated so low. So, let me just, oh, well, wouldn't you be? It kind of already, there we go, got it fully. I'm not going to show this on my legs. I will also not be showing one other, I will also not be showing one other product on myself because it takes too much process to get on. Though I might have pictures of what I look like in most of these stuff. But basically, as you can clearly tell, this already has a hole in it. Now, of course, here's what they would look like if both of them were like equally fine. Because this one is fine. Let me just unravel this one. This one is the okay one. If this one were like its gifted twin, or if the gifted twin, the frayed one, was like the normal and talented one, aka the not twisted one, this is basically what they look like. I probably will send some pictures of what I look like in these. In fact, I'm pretty sure I took like at least one picture of me in these. And then also, I think I took a total of 2, maybe one on my school's Chromebook, because I wore these to school, believe it or not. So yeah, I'd rate these a 9 out of 10, just purely because this is my first time having thigh highs or stockings. This is probably the only thing that I'll replace, just purely because like there's other better-ish quality stockings Mainly just saying that laced stockings maybe weren't the best first pick for my thighs. Not because my thighs are super juicy or thick or anything, though I plan on doing that eventually, which I'll actually discuss that later on at the end of this video. But we'll get to the more serious topic later. But basically, my thighs aren't necessarily busted. I don't even know how the other one got ripped. But yeah. Next up, the cattail. This, it has a little clip right here. I kind of had to modify the clip. This isn't how it originally looked with the clip. But basically, has a little bell and a little bow. And it has the tail. Basically, I'd clip this onto my pants. Whatever pants I'm wearing right now. I'm especially not doing this in these pants. If I had to pick a type of pants to do it on, I would do it on some, like, you know, softer shorts. Not these type of shorts. Anyways, I would clip it onto the back of the pants with this clip. Hopefully not poking myself in the butt. And the buttocks in the process. And then it would just go on. Then I just can't really sit that well. This is only rated higher than the thigh highs because the thigh highs aren't exactly functioning right. So yeah, 9.3 out of 10. Anyways, now we're getting into the stuff that I genuinely might not replace until I actually am not under my parents' roof anymore. In fact, one of the items I might not replace at all unless my face gets too big for it. Anyways, the next thing up is the cat ears. Now, this is one of the first items that I like that genuinely still is working right now. The cat ears. They're little cat ears, you know, with the little clip on the head. Little bows and bells. This I can actually show with myself on. See these? But then there's the problem. Yeah, they tend to fall off easily. It's kind of expected though with these. Anyways, 9.5 out of 10. Pretty cool. Anyways, the next best item. This. Now this one I can especially show. I do not know why there's what looks like to be Cheeto stuff on there. Maybe it's because I did eat Cheetos not too long ago. Now, I know this might bring you back to the 2020 COVID era, and it definitely did with me whenever I first wore this. Yeah. This thing I can fully wear, and I can probably say with good confidence that I will probably never replace this. The only con to the mask is that since I wear glasses, I don't know if you could tell right there. I might have just looked like an insane Darth Vader. But these things, they fog up whenever I breathe with this mask on. That's the only con, is that my vision gets a little bit impaired because I have to breathe through the mask. So, yeah, overall, 9.7 out of 10. Anyways, the last thing. Now this thing. These I really like. This is my first edition of these. I'm going to go ahead and put them already on. Hold on. I love these. And they genuinely are so fluffy and warm. Hold on, I need to make sure the fingers are in the right place. Yep. Alright. Almost ready. Alright. These. The cat paws. These things I absolutely love and adore and will probably never replace until I have enough money to get like a full body fursuit. I'll explain more about that too later. I forgot to mention. Basically, I absolutely love these. I have been taking a lot of pictures with my Chromebook with the mask. On my school's Chromebook, actually, believe it or not. By the way, I can post those pictures on YouTube. There's like, I did it all up against like a wall in my classroom, so like there's nobody else in the picture, and there's not like any really revealing info about my school besides like some walls. So like I can show them without like any personal privacy info. I might show some of them because I honestly I'm not kidding y'all. I'm being serious. I need y'all to listen to me with this. After I got the After I got these items and I put some of them on and I took pictures of myself, I genuinely felt way more confident in my looks. Yes, my hair is still a little bit and maybe the acne is a little bit down because my parents are actually trying to force me against my will to actually get that treated. Because, you can't tell. Yeah, I have a bit of acne. But it's better than it was before, y'all. I'll tell you that much. That ain't nothing compared to what it used to be. It used to be a big bump on there. That big bump that you saw on there used to be way bigger. Anyways, these things I absolutely love. Like, genuinely. I can, rub it like a match, with friction, but it won't, get so hot to the point where, electricity. I mean, I might conduct electricity, but, it won't, whoa, start an electric fire on me. It won't start a fire on me, rubbing two sticks together against a campfire. I love these things so much because I can warm myself up without the fear of a fire being formed on my body. And also, I just overall love the design of these. And these, along with the mask and the cat ears, are the only things that haven't really had a big giant flaw or con. In fact, these are the only things that don't have a con. I don't know why, but if you look here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of dirt right here. I'll undo my finger again. There's a little bit of dirt on it. Don't know why I came with that, but that's maybe a teeny weeny bit of a con. I'll give it a nice 10 out of 10. I was going to say 9.9 out of 10, but I want to give one of these things a 10 out of 10. Aha. Yeah. So, I'm actually going to keep these on. So now I kind of want to talk about the future of my furry femboy career. As you guys are well aware, another thing I wanted to mention was I'm bisexual, and I actually came out to my parents. I'm radical cool. I don't know why I said that. But basically what I'm trying to say is that most people who are a different sexuality than straight, it doesn't matter. Any person or human being, whether it be a lesbian girl, a gay boy, a bisexual girl, a bisexual boy, like me, they usually don't like coming out to their parents until they actually genuinely start dating. Until they have everything ready and planned. Right? But basically, I'm cool. So I decided to come out to my parents. It was in a weird way. I did it via Google slideshow. I didn't actually even have to contact them about it. I put a note on my dad's, what was it? His work computer saying check your email on Friday whenever I was going over to Gammy's at one point. My grandmother on my mom's side's house. Because I usually go to her or my dad's mom's house on Fridays. So I wouldn't actually have to confront the main part. I'd only have to see other questions. So yeah, both of them know. And they're okay with it. So yeah, basically I wanted to get that out of the way. Second of all, basically, once I am out of my parents' roof, apart from the femboy items that I bought, I don't look feminine. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't look feminine. I don't have big features. I don't have curly, fluffy hair. I don't have just makeup on. Because I built my life up until the point where I started considering becoming a femboy. I built my life to be a masculine guy. To be a silly, goober, masculine guy. And so that's how I look. But I plan, once I'm out of my parents' roof, slowly but surely getting to a more feminine look. Maybe, okay, surgery is a possibility. Either I'm going to start exercising a lot to make my thighs more thicker, or I'm going to get some surgery. I heard there's such things as top surgery, and there's other types of surgery that could maybe make your stuff look more feminine. And then obviously I'll start buying makeup and maybe doing my nails. But I'm not just a femboy. I'm a furry femboy. Now, for the furry aesthetic part of it, this and the 3 other tails that I have, which is a Mardi Gras one that I bought at Tahoe, then a raccoon tail, which I bought at Camp Daniel Boone, and then a black cat tail, which I bought at a Party City near-ish to us. Those 3 tails, the tail that I showed you guys, the cat ears that I showed you guys, these paws, and a cat and the cat mask that I also bought for the same Halloween costume that goes along with the black cat tail, the black cat mask, for my last year and final year's Halloween costume, which was the black cat Grim Reaper, or cat Grim Reaper, whatever you like to call it. Those are the closest things to being a furry that like a full-on fursuiter that I've ever had. And it will be. Not just because I'm scared of what my parents will say. Obviously, that's a reason why. Because, like, even though they know I'm a furry, they're still kind of iffy about it. But basically, they had a lot of questions about it. But basically, another reason. Let's say they were like, oh yeah, that's cool, you're a furry. I like that. Yes, cool. There'd still be the problem of, holy malarkey and God, I understand, but also don't at the same time, why full body fursuits are so expensive. And you want to know the more annoying part? My favorite species of furries are probably protogens. And there are protogen fursuits out there. I might buy a protogen head and then specifically buy a full body fursuit after that. It might not go along well, but like basically, either I'll buy a protogen fursuit and then a backup fursuit, or maybe the other way around. The backup fursuit will be the protogen one. But I want to at least own 2 fursuits at one point. Just 2. That's 4. I mean 2. 2 fursuits at one point. And I want to get more feminine throughout, starting from probably now up to, whenever I am free of this house. And same thing with the fur stuff. I'll probably eventually buy a fursuit. They're just so freaking expensive. The stuff that I usually buy, even though it is expensive, it's still within an affordable range that if I just save up for a couple of weeks and just play the patience game, I can get it. But fursuits are a whole different deal. I bet you even if they didn't cost as much as they do, like in the thousands range, it'd still take forever for all of those fursuiting items to get here. But I'm genuinely jealous. There's been this one YouTuber that I subscribed to recently. I think her name is Azur B or something like that. Look, all of these fursuiters, figurines, Dynamax people, just simply fursuit mask people, I'm jealous. First of all, I know some of you fursuiters actually just buy the stuff. Buy the fursuit raw, just like the fursuit itself, while others buy raw ingredients to make it, pretty much. I'm jealous of you guys. I'm jealous. How? How do you have that much money? You're small content creators. I mean, no offense, but you're small content creators. You can't be making that much. I mean, I'm not making anything because I don't have a reason to make money on this channel right now. But I'm jealous. Okay? So, yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm going to go ahead and record one more video. So, you might see me in these same exact items, and I might preface that I just recorded the previous video. And I'll upload this one before, maybe a few seconds before I do the other one. Anyways, goodbye.